As of right now, we have 4 NBA players that are front runners for the Sixth Man of the Year award, and all of these players are on contending teams and are very important players on their squads. The Sixth Man of the Year award is given to the league's best performing player for his team coming off the bench. First on the list, we have Malik Monk. Second on the list, we have Tim Hardaway Jr. Third on the list, we have Norman Powell. Fourth on the list, we have Caris LeVert. Okay, now that we got the names out the way, I'm gonna be 100. None of these names are surprising me, okay? None of these 4 guys are surprising me. These are all 4 quality basketball players that could be starters in the league, in my opinion, on certain teams. And honestly, any of these players right here can pop off for 30. Any of these players right here can pop off for 30. I don't know about 40. I seen Malik Monk drop 40 one time, but most of these NBA players right here can drop 30 on any given night, okay? And that to me is a true six man. You feel me? A 6-man is somebody that can plug into the starting lineup if you need be, but can also come off the bench and lead the second unit. And I ain't gonna lie, this year so far, I do believe that it's hard to pick, man. It's so hard, man. It's even people in the comments saying Russell Westbrook. Like, where is Russell Westbrook? Why isn't Russell Westbrook a front runner for the Sixth Man of the Year award? Russell Westbrook is kind of dropping down in production this year. His teammate Norman Powell is, putting out a little more points right now, so that's why I believe he is in the ladder and Russ is not. I think honestly Norman Powell has been he's been a scorer. Like, he's been a secret gem for like the last 2 to 3 years in my opinion. When he was like in Portland, I think when he was in Portland, man, he was averaging like 20. He went to Toronto, was a decent player there as well. He's just a scorer, okay? Norman Powell isn't like an all-around guy. I look at Norman Powell as just a scorer. The LA Clippers are playing amazing this year though, okay? And they actually got a chance this year, in my opinion. If they stay healthy throughout the playoffs, they got a chance to win the finals. I ain't gonna lie, they're stacked. They've been figuring it out. They got the Beard, they got PG, they got Kawhi, they got Russ. I think this squad can figure it out, and with Norman Powell coming off the bench, man, this team is deadly. I'm not gonna lie, he's a pure scorer, pure deadly scorer. He earlier this season, like not that long ago, I literally see him say, I'm not a tough shot taker, I'm a tough shot maker. I think that's what he said. And I ain't gonna lie, I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? He makes a lot of tough shots. He's a guy you throw grenades to, you know what I'm saying? He like the Cam Thomas, you know what I'm saying? You throw him all the grenades, you know what I'm saying? Norman Powell is a tough shot maker, man. He's a tough basketball player. Another guy, Caris LeVert. I feel like Caris LeVert has not been talked about enough, okay? For this Cavaliers team, he's averaging 14 points per game. A lot of people don't know that he's actually been putting up a decent amount of points off the bench, okay? Caris actually has been a decent player his whole career, you know? He's actually been kind of one of those under the radar type guys. He's also like a hidden gem type guy. That's why I see him in the Sixth Man of the Year, you know what I'm saying? I actually had Caris. I think I had Caris winning the Sixth Man of the Year award when he was back in Brooklyn. When KD just got to Brooklyn, when KD and Kyrie just got to Brooklyn, they still had Caris LeVert, Jared Allen before they made that James Harden trade. I thought Caris could win it that year. You know what I'm saying? I feel like whenever Caris has talent around him, he strives. You know what I'm saying? Whenever Caris isn't even the 3rd or 4th person the team is looking at, he can strive. You know, and I think that's what's happening here in Cleveland. He could just come off the bench and really just score. He's also averaging 4.4 assists, so he's actually, being a team player as well, making sure that, that the team is playing good, being a good team player. I honestly think Caris is a good role player for the Cavs, and they should keep him for the long call. They should honestly keep him for the long call. He's only 29, 30 years old, so he still got youth to him. I think he still got a lot more in the tank, and he can play a little bit on the other end as well. Caris a little more all around than Norman Powell, in my opinion. That's why Personally, I'll probably put Caris over Norman Powell in the 6th man in the race right now, just because he's a little more all around. His team is second in the East too. You know what I'm saying? His team is second in the East. Keep that in mind. And like I said, Caris just probably like the most all around player on this list, paying, passing, rebounding, defending, scoring. I think he's the most all around. The next player I wanted to get into is Tim Hardaway Jr. Okay, Tim Hardaway Jr. plays for the Mavericks, okay, averaging 17 points per game. He's averaging the most points on this list, I'll be honest, okay? He's averaging 17 points per game. This actually might be one of his highest scoring outputs of his career. And he's actually in a good situation right now. The Mavs made some good moves. They got Kyrie and Luka as they, captains. Well, as they captain and lieutenant, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I just think Tim Hardaway Jr. is like that. He like that X factor. He like that X factor for the Mavs. Like, however the Mavs play Tim Hardaway Jr. is however they play Tim Hardaway is going to, you know, affect the way they win, I think, because he's that X factor. He's that guy, like I said, that can go off for 20, 25, 30 points in the playoff game and win you a game. You know what I'm saying? He can really knock down the 3-ball. The only problem I have with Tim Hardaway is that sometimes he lives and dies by the 3-point. Okay, he lives and dies by the 3-point sometimes, and when his 3-point isn't dropping, he could have a bad game. That's the only thing I don't like about Tim Hardaway. He doesn't bring like the same defense. Actually, his defense ain't bad. I ain't gonna underrate Tim Hardaway Jr.'s defense at all. He's actually probably, I think he's the oldest player on this list, but Tim Hardaway Jr. is most likely probably actually the best player on this list for the award this year, seeing that he's averaging 17 points per game behind Kyrie and Luka. Just averaging 17 points per game behind those two is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that a lot. So, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Tim Hardaway Jr. is definitely a great candidate this year. He's a sniper. And like I said, I think this year, if he's shooting the ball at a decent clip for the Mavericks, man, the Mavericks could really be deadly. I'm telling you, they got a lot of weapons over there. They just added PJ Washington. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of guys other than Luka and Kyrie now that can, you know, score a bit. You feel me? And I like that. All right, man. The last guy I wanted to talk about on this list, probably the most exciting guy on this list. I'll be honest. In my opinion, this is probably the guy I would want to watch before going to hoop. You know what I'm saying? The guy I want to go watch before I go, you know, get buckets. The guy I actually want to have on the court with me to hype me up, Malik Monk, okay? Malik Monk, averaging 15 points per game and 5 assists for the Kings this year. I honestly think going forward as well, like I said about Tim Hardaway, I think Malik Monk is a core player for the Kings, like core. Like he's obviously a core player over there, like Keegan Murray. You know, you want to keep those type of guys over there. And Malik Monk, he reminds me of J.R. Smith. I know people might be like, what? But in a way, he reminds me of young J.R. Smith. He's a guy that can really shoot the long ball and really posterize people. Like, he can really get up there, and he's only, what, 6 foot? This guy is so fun to watch. Whenever I watch a Kings game, I'm waiting for Malik to check in. Because I know he's going to give me something to watch. He's going to give me a posterizer. He's going to give me a buzzer beating 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's super entertaining. And I really think he's another X factor for his team as well. All these players are X factors for their team, by the way. I know I've probably been saying that for every player. But Malik Monk is definitely that type of guy for the Kings. He's another guy that can pop off for like 30, 35 out of nowhere. And like I said, Malik Monk is definitely that 6 man of the year type of guy you want on your squad, because you can start Malik or you can bench him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the same either way. So you like guys like that, and he can play both guards. So yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I had to pick, man, I don't know who I would pick, man. It's so hard, honestly, because Malik Monk and his team right now is in the 8th seed, so I don't really want to pick them. Yeah, man, if I had to pick one, man, I'll probably go Malik Monk. Just seeing that, you know, just seeing how, I don't know, man, I'm probably just being a little biased, but I just like the way Malik Monk play. He's so, like, just so fun to watch. You guys let me know down below in the comments who you have for 6 man of the year. I'll also have a poll on my community tab, you know what I'm saying, so you guys can also go vote, actually, you know, on my YouTube channel to, you know, you can actually go vote for, you know, who you picking. But also leave me a comment down below, you know what I'm saying, who you got winning the 6 man of the year award. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did enjoy today's video, do me a big favor, smash that like button, leave me a comment. I love you guys. Till next video. You dig?